So how did it all begin? So when I was young, when I was actually a little girl, I was extremely social. I would stand up in front of class and tell jokes when the teacher would leave the classroom. However, as we're growing up, certain things are told to you, certain incidents happen and things like that, and that really affected me, and it made me grow up as a teen to be more cocooned, more reserved. Until one day I reached a point where I was wondering to myself, am I always going to be this kind of person? Am I always going to be a very reserved person? And I was wondering how I can go back to that little girl who would stand up in front of the class and tell jokes. Yeah. Not that I want to be a comedian, but just be a little more outgoing. Yeah. So one day I just made that realization in my mind that I do have the ability to change how I feel about myself or how I perceive myself. And I switched it from I am a reserved person, or I am a shy person, or I am a cocooned person, to I am capable, things that can change the narrative that I'm constantly, telling myself, which is putting myself down, and it becomes my truth. It becomes a part of your identity. The words I am are so powerful, because when you say I am something, it's like full stop, final quality. And we don't realize that, we don't realize how powerful that is. So it started from there. It started from a shift in the story that I tell myself. And from there, I started doing things that actually were beneficial to me. So instead of being shy and reserved and closing myself away, I constantly was searching for people and places that inspired me and that made me happy, and that sparked something within me. I had never initiated anything before, and طبعا I was on a journey of evolving and being more positive, but I had not reached a level where I was comfortable with initiating anything. So I spoke to one of my friends that I really trusted and that was very supportive. And I told this friend, I told him, hey, I experienced this open mic in Egypt and I want to bring it here to Saudi. How? And that friend connected me with another friend, who connected me with another friend, and within a week's time, literally 1 week later, we had an open mic for Jeddah. So today I am working full time. I wouldn't say working has kind of a, like rigid feeling towards it. I wouldn't say playing either, because it's not all fun and play. I would say work play, full time at Humming Tree. So Humming Tree is a co-working space and community center that focuses on creativity and well-being. So we have people that are freelancers, that don't necessarily work a 9-to-5 job, that don't want to work from home or a cafe and need an inspiring space to work. So these are my clients. I serve them in whatever way they need. I try to help them evolve in their journey, making their projects come to life, their startups come to life. As well as I say community center, because we do a lot of workshops and events where we invite beyond the members to come to Humming Tree and experience these workshops and events. And they're all under creativity and well-being. So we have a lot of writing, we have a lot of meditation, we have a lot of jewelry making, painting, art healing, anything that falls under these two very vast categories. We welcome that. I think the people keep me going. When things always get hard, especially as an entrepreneur, when there's no weekends, there's no, every day is a work/play day. But it does get, you are using a lot of energy. But what keeps me going is seeing the courage of the people that I'm interacting with on a daily basis, how they put themselves out there, how, so many people in Humming Tree, like I told you earlier, they come here and they do something for the first time. Like a person shares a story for the first time, a person sings for the first time, a person leads a workshop for the first time. So just seeing that courage, it keeps me going for sure. Learning how to say no. It's not, it's very difficult. But what makes it easier, the way that I made it easier for myself as far as Humming Tree is this no in the benefit of Humming Tree, you know? Because sometimes just the word no feels like, oh no, I said no, I'm gonna hurt this person, or but when you have the benefit of the ecosystem in mind, it makes everything easier. It's not just a random no. There's something behind that. There's something bigger than this little no. There's people, there's a place, there's, you know what I mean? So as far as Humming Tree, that took me a while to come to terms with, but when I realized there was a solid reason behind it, it made it easier. So I'm actually going to the North Pole in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I read.
Yes.
How exciting.
Yeah, very exciting, nerve-wracking, but so obviously there's training involved. I've never been on skis before, okay, and this is going to be a skiing trip. I've never been on skis before, and then last time I saw snow was when I was a little girl. And then I go to training in Iceland. I'm seeing snow for the first time. I'm getting on skis for the first time. I don't like cold, by the way. Like, I'm wearing 3 layers today in Saudi, so I don't like the cold. So I go there, and as soon as we get there, she's like, yalla, 10 hours skiing. Okay? And so we're skiing, and by hour 6, the boots that she gave me, because we you know, she had to give us the boots based on the sizes that we gave her. The boots that she gave me were 2 sizes too big. Okay, so I'm skiing. The boots are really big. My feet are constantly bumping. I'm getting blisters. I'm getting cold. There's ice collecting under my skis, so it's making it very difficult to move. I'm carrying a 40-kilo sledge behind me. So all of these things are coming together. Suddenly I look out, all I see is white. My mind takes a wrong turn. Faj'ah, I'm telling myself, what are you doing? I'm cold, I'm in pain. Where am I? You know, we're skiing in a straight line. No one's talking to anyone. So it's you and your mind. Whatever you tell yourself, that's all you got. So my mind takes a wrong turn. Suddenly, I start choking up. Like, I start feeling like I can't breathe. And I'm not a crying type of person, but at that moment, just suddenly out of nowhere, I was doing well. I'm 6 hours in, like everything's good. Suddenly I just start crying and I can't breathe. It's okay. You're crying. You're going through a hard time. It's valid. You are. This is not supposed to be easy. Everyone's bound to have a breakdown. And at that point, I'm just feeling sorry for myself and like, I don't know if I can do this. You know, just the way that we speak to ourselves sometimes. And then she's like, this is normal, it's okay. Cry and continue.
Let it all out.
Yeah, just cry and continue. And I was about to give up, but when she said cry and continue, I didn't know that was an option. I didn't realize that you can actually do both. So literally I'm skiing and just crying. And I made it to the end, and then we went to sleep, we woke up, and the next day I knew, okay, today's gonna be a rough day. I have another 10 hours to go. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna cry and go. It's not one destination. It's just multiple mini victories throughout life. I don't consider myself a success. I consider myself an ever-evolving, beautiful journey. Yani, we were all born beautiful and capable and worthy, and along the way we either continue believing that or we lose that belief. I don't think so. I think everything that happens, even if you don't realize the wisdom of it in that specific moment, if you reflect, I think it's so important to reflect on our journey. Like we were talking earlier, you know, recently I was reflecting on my journey from childhood to present day. And there were so many things that I didn't understand why they happened at the time, that now I can look back and I was like, okay, I get the wisdom now. I don't believe in changing anything. I just believe in finding the wisdom in what happened and finding a way to let it serve us now. Important before you start something to know what your strengths and weaknesses are, and to ask for help when needed. For a very long time, I always thought I had to be the person that does everything. And the truth of the matter is, especially if you're starting up something, you will have to wear many hats, whether you like it or not, you will. However, it doesn't mean that you can't ask for expert advice when needed also. Ask for help. You'll be surprised that people that believe in your cause will want to help you, and money isn't always an issue. And it's when you're starting up money, and you know, a lot of people don't have the funds to start something. You will find people that want to help you without that factor. Have a strong why you're doing something, because when things get tough, that's the thing that you're going to always fall back on. Why am I doing this? That's what keeps you going. It's something that you create and it can impact others. Just share it. If it's a lesson that you learned, share it. You never know. Someone needs to hear that, and someone needs to hear that they're not alone in whatever they're going through. So many times people share something here and they're having such a hard time sharing it, and after they're done sharing, tlaقي everyone was like, oh my god, I didn't know, and there's other people زي كده, and we're humans at the end of the day, and we're definitely not going through some kind of super unique a perfect journey. كل واحد عنده his stories and everything, and we just need to open up more. Okay,